So we have discussed about the stability, external stability, what is external stability and what is internal stability. Okay. So now we'll discuss about what is the stability in case of pin joints. Okay. So pin joints are basically the joints in which the members are jointed to the pin joint connections. Okay. Here this is a pin joint, pin joint, pin joints. Okay. This include basically these are basically a truss type of systems. Okay. So what we can say that first we'll come to the directly to the pin joint system, pin joint. Okay, and this also we have one a external determinacy, external stability, and b internal stability. External stability will come on the account of how many reactions are available at the supports, external supports. Okay, and internal stability it includes how the members are joined, and are there sufficient members are provided or not. Okay, so external stability we have discussed, like we need minimum three reactions. We need minimum three reactions. Okay. Now, this is very important part in terms of internal stability. Okay, internal stability means in case of trust that sufficient members should be provided. Sufficient members should be provided means what? If a trust, if suppose if a simple trust, if I consider this is a simple trust. Okay, if I consider this. Okay, so the point in this is that if these members are joined by the pin connections. Okay, so we can see that at a joint at A B C at joint A it is not stable. It is not stable. Okay, because if I apply a load in this direction, this can move easily in this can move easily. Okay, so this is unstable system. Okay, for a minimum, so for the truss to be a stable, we require a minimum three members. For the truss to be stable, we require minimum three members. Okay, so now if I want to extend this, I provide one more joint and connect these two member. Okay, this member. Okay, simply again I have to extend this again, simple joint. Okay, so what it means that I need a minimum three joints to connect three members. Okay, after that I need to connect to two members. After that I need only two members to connect three joints. Okay, here you can see that if I want to connect A, C, B to perform it, these are the minimum members. I require three members. Okay, this member, and this member. Now I kept one more joint at D. So if I want to connect B, C, D, I just need only two members. One this member and this member. Okay. Now I have one more joint over here, E, and I want to connect B and C to one more member. So initially I require three members. After that I require two members and two members. Okay. So I can say that minimum m numbers are required is equals to 3 plus 2 into j minus of 3. Okay. So minimum number of minimum members required in a minimum members required in a truss system is 3 plus 2j minus 3. Okay. 3 is initial 3 members. 2j the remaining joints after j minus 3. Like that in this initial we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 joints are there. Okay. For first three joints we require three members. Okay. For the remaining how many joints? 5 minus. For the remaining two joints I require only 4 members. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that is our case. So this is the important criteria which we have to consider while calculating are the members we have provided are sufficient or not. Okay. So now let's come on to some problems we will discuss. Let's see how we can determine the stability and instability of a pin joint structures. Okay, we'll discuss these problems and we'll check how this thing works. Okay, one more thing we have to consider that if a structure is if the structure is to be stable, okay, if a structure is to be stable, then it should have external stability also, internal stability also. So we have to check both external stability and we have to check both external stability and internal stability. Okay, now come to the first problem. Okay, problem number one. Problem number says that this is our truss system. This is my truss. Okay, these are all connected by pin joints. This is A and this is B. Now we have to check the stability of this structure. Okay, stability of this pin joint structure. So, okay, first we'll see external stability. External stability. Okay, if I am considering the external stability, okay, number of reactions I am getting here at this point, one horizontal and one vertical, and at this point only vertical reactions. Okay, so I have three reaction component. Okay, three reaction component, three reactions, plus they are not concurrent. They are not concurrent. Okay. So my external stability is satisfied. If I apply load in this direction, there is some reaction force is there. Okay, if I apply load in this direction, similarly one reaction force is there. If I apply load in vertical direction, reaction forces are there. So my external, this system is externally stable. Okay, now let's come to the next point, internally stable. Internal stability. Okay, for internal stability, minimum members are required is equals to 3 plus 2j minus 3. Okay, so how many joints I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So j equals to 6. So that means 3 plus 2 into 6 minus 3, which is equals to 6, which is equals to 9. So minimum 9 members are required. So okay, let us calculate the our 9 members are provided or not. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so members provided is equals to 9. So internally stable. Internally stable. Okay. So this is okay. This structure. Okay, this is both externally stable and internally stable. Okay, next we'll come to the second point, second question. Okay, in second question we'll solve it here only. In second question we have seen that this is our reaction force. Here we are getting this reaction force. Here we are getting this reaction force. Okay, so here we are getting only two reactions. Okay, but the point is that here we are getting only two reactions. So both the two reactions are concurrent reaction. Both are passing through one point. Okay, so if I applied load like this P, and I calculate moment about this point or point. Okay, so summation MO is not equals to 0. Okay, summation MO is equals to P into L. Okay, suppose this distance is L. So we can say that this is not externally stable. Externally not stable. Okay. To check the internal stability, how many joints we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 minimum members required equals to 3 plus 2 into 6 minus 3. I think it is again 9. How many members we have provided? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this is externally stable, internally stable. Externally not stable, internally stable. Okay. Now we'll come to this one directly. This question. Okay. Here we are getting this vertical reaction. Here vertical reaction downward, vertical reaction upward. If I apply load in this direction, if I apply load at this joint, it will simply move in this direction. There is no resistance. So this is externally unstable. Externally not stable. Yeah. Okay. And for internally stable, I think it is internally stable. How many joints? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 joints. So minimum members are required 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is internally stable. Okay. So this is internally stable. Okay. Let's come to the problem number 4. Problem number 4 is showing that here we are getting two reactions. Here we are getting only one reaction. Okay, again at this point, if I calculate about moment about this point, the moment about this point is not, if I calculate, suppose this is our load, and I calculate moment about the A point, okay, so it is not equals to 0 again. Summation MA is not equals to 0, okay, because these are concurrent forces, concurrent passing through the same point. So P into L is the net moment at A, which should not be the condition. For the equilibrium, summation M equals to 0. So this is our L. Okay, so this is externally, this is also externally unstable. Okay, and for the internally stability, I think it is internally stable. Internally stable. Okay, next we come to this point, a very important problem. Now we have to check the stability of this portion. Okay, this portion A and B. Reactions, how many reactions are we getting? This point, this one. Total three reactions, not concurrent. Okay, three reaction not concurrent, and this is externally stable. Internally, it is not stable. How? Suppose these are joints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 joints. And how many members required? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 members are only 8 members are there. So this is internally not stable. Or we can say that, or we can simply say that if I consider this portion, if I consider this truss system, okay. If I apply load over here, if I apply load over here, okay, and I check the free, I cut section over here at axis, okay, and draw the free body diagram. Here I have RB reactions. So to resist this RB, there is no reaction. Okay, these are the plate elements, these are the truss elements, so they don't provide any shear or bending. Okay, so this is unstable. This is internally unstable. We need to provide one more member over here to make it stable. Okay, if we don't provide this member, it will simply bend like this. This can move in upward direction like this. So this is basically your internal instability. Okay, your external reactions are sufficient, but we don't have internal member to resist this internal stability, to provide that necessary force basically. Okay, to resist the reaction at B. Okay, so this thing is clear. Now we'll come directly to this point. Okay, this truss is also important question. So at here we are also getting three reaction component, 1, 2, 3. So and these are externally stable. To check internal stability, how many joints are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 joints. Joint 6. Minimum members already calculated equals to 9. How many members? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 members. So as per formula, it should come. As per formula, it should be stable, but it is not, because here the structure is overstep at this portion, and here we didn't provide any member. Okay, so similarly, like last problem also we discussed now how that reaction B will be balanced. So here also there is no inclined members to balance this reaction force. So this truss will also bend like this, will also change its position like this. Okay, so this is your geometry. This is basically your instability, internal instability due to not a proper alignment of the members. If this member is this members, we don't need to provide this member over here. We need to provide this member at this position. Okay, to make it stable. Okay, so this thing is clear. Now we comes to this point. Now let us come to this problem. This is a good problem. So in this problem, we have three supports A, B, C. Okay. So let us check to see how if this is stable or not. Okay, this is a very good question. So what we'll do, we'll simply check the reaction forces are, how many reaction forces? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 reactions. Okay, both non-concurrent. Okay, So four reactions and non-concurrent. So this is externally stable. Externally stable. If I calculate moment about this point, this point, this point, wherever I calculate the moment, it will be summation m0, summation f0, and summation fx0 and summation fy0. Okay. So now we check the internal stability. For internal stability, how many joints I have in this given? How many joints are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 joints. So 9 joints. So any minimum how much required minimum number of members? 3, 2, 9 minus 3. That is 6, 12 plus 3 is equal to 15. 15 members required. Let us calculate how many members provided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 members. Okay. But it should be unstable. It should be internal unstable. But it is not the case. Okay. To check the stability, basically what we have to do to check the stability. If I cut this section over here, okay. So if we consider this portion, okay, we are discussing this problem. If I cut this section at this point, just right side of the pin joint, just near right side of the pin joint. So what section I will get? So I get this type of section, this type of structure. This is my pin joint. This is my roller support, and okay, this is if I cut section just right off of the pin joint, okay, and if I calculate the moment about this point O, okay, if I calculate the moment about this point O, so what I can say that if I calculate the moment about the point O, this thing we can if I calculate the moment about the point O, so the moment about point O will be, if some reactions will be there, some reactions will be there. Suppose this is A, this is randomly, this is R1 and this is R2. Okay. So if I calculate the moment about point O, that summation n should be equals to 0. And it will come 0. R1 will provide R1, due to R1 some moment will be there, due to R2 some moment will be there. Okay. If I apply load over here, okay, so that moment will be balanced by these reactions. Okay. So I can say that basically this system is internally stable. How can I say that? Basically, if I remove this support, okay, will this system will be stable or not? This system won't be stable because if I apply load over, suppose over here, okay, so there is a chance that this portion will bend, this R will bend this section about this point. There will be rotation about this point because here we don't have any member. Okay. If I calculate moment about this point, if this member is not there, okay, if I calculate moment about this point, my summation m will not be equals to 0. Okay. But if I provide one external roller support over here, that external roller support making this summation m about this point is 0. Okay. So here we don't require any member. Okay. To be more precise, so this thing should be very clear. Okay. This external reaction at this point is compensating this deficiency of a member. Okay. If this wants to bend about this, rotate about this point, this reaction is resisting it. Okay, so we can say that this is a stable truss. This is a very important question. Okay, now we'll come to the last problem. Last problem we have one. Here we have some vertical reactions and horizontal reaction. Here I am having some vertical reaction. Okay, so like here, how many members are, how many joints are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 joints. So 7 joints and minimum members, how many minimum members are required? 7, 3 plus 2 into 7 minus 3, 4, 8. 8 into 3, 11. 11 members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many members are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 members are there. Okay. So 10 members are there. So this is also an unstable structure. Okay. Unstable structure, because here we can say that here and the members provided equals to 10. So unstable structure. Or else through this also we can say it is unstable. Or through this, if I apply load over at this point, this truss will bend like this. There is a no support here. This joint can't support this vertical load. Okay. So there is a appreciable change in geometry. So we can say that this is externally stable. Externally stable, not internally stable. Not internally stable. Okay. So one more thing we can say that if my member, if one more thing we can I can say that if my member is some member is deficient, some member deficiency is there. Some member deficiency is there. Suppose I have provided some less members, but external reactions are more. That thing can compensate. That thing can compensate, but that is not always true in every in every case. Okay. So let us see here. Here we are deficient in one member, but we have one external reaction is also there. That thing is making it as a stable truss. Okay. So this thing we have to consider. Suppose we have one. This thing is there. So let us suppose this is a truss system. Okay. For truss system, we need to provide only 3 members, but here reactions are 4. External reaction is also there. That is making this structure as a stable. Okay. So, but reverse is can't true. If structure is unstable and we provide some extra members, that thing won't be stable. If suppose reactions will be less, external reactions are less, but members are more than the required members, then that thing also won't be stable thing. Okay. So internal stability we can compensate through external reactions. Basically, that I want to tell. But reverse is not true. Okay. So I think these are the problems which I have discussed over here. Okay. Through these problems, you can understand how to calculate the stability of pin joint structures. Okay. I think this is an important problem. If you find any doubt in these problems or anything, you can ask me in the comments. I'll try to reply them and I'll try to rectify them. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.